What do we got today? We got ourselves Team Blue. We got ourselves body count. Well, somewhere in there. Body count somewhere in there. He's an ideal boy. And inside of Valorant. That's going to do body count. C-Mark on his mage. We got ourselves Cashew on his rogue. Valorant and Versace, by the way. Versus we got Team Horde with Vinci. We got ourselves Ice Cold. We got ourselves Psych. We got ourselves Acongi and Shadow. Acongi, real quick. Unless you're dueling, be out of stealth and out of feral form. Everybody else fine. Rogues, unless you are dueling, be out of stealth and out of feral form. Vinci's in there. Unless you guys are dueling, be out of stealth, out of feral. That'd be perfect. Thank you, boys. Rogue City. There's a lot of rogues here. But it's going to be Versace first up. It's going to be marked for the kid shot by Vinci. It looks like Vinci's playing... Are you... Subtlety? You're subtlety. Look at you. Cold blood. Let's see the cold blood cooldown. That's going to be a bunch of shadow strikes back to back on Versace. Dropping him close to a half his health. Versace is still yet to dismount on his mount as Vinci is just trying to catch up. Versace is leveraging the Paladin mobility. He's just going to stay mounted for as long as he can. Going to be advantage for Vinci. Did not get an interrupt onto Versace as he started to cast flashlights back to back. Going to be a slow onto Vinci. He's going to sprint just to catch up to Versace. Versace just trying to see if he can force out cooldowns out of Vinci in the opener. Going to be a Hodge with middle long wings. Stacked up the middle long wings. Letting Versace attack him. Trying to see if he could drop it down his health. Couldn't quite do it. Get a shot onto Versace, and Vinci is playing very defensive right now. He's going for a full reset. So Versace is going to be able to catch himself a full reset as well. That's going to be nutty. Yeah, I feel like with this setup, as a sub-rogue versus a red pala, I guess a sub-rogue can win, but it's going to be really tough. Paladin coming out onto Versace, trying to see if he can reduce his health, but Vinci trying to continue doing damage. It looks like he was really out of all cooldowns. No more Shadow Blades. Has Cold Blood. He is using Cold Blood here just to continue the damage going, but Versace popping full wings. That's just a lot of shredding damage into Vinci. He does separate each other. They do get separated by a blind. So the rogue did have to pop a blind. That's going to be sapped to at least reset Versace's cooldowns here. So wings are going to be out. Versace should be able to get his middle long wings very, very early on with the damage that the rogue has to do with all the auto attacks. But unless Vinci has like full cooldowns, it's really good. It's going to be really hard for him to continue pressuring Versace just to like train him down, which seems like that's exactly what he's going for. Double cheap shot, triple cheap shot, actually triple stun onto Versace. Shield Avengers do come out. It's going to be middle long wings for Versace, trying to make sure that those wings do pop next to Versace, trying to see if he can catch up. And Freedom coming down, slow down onto the rogue. Does Versace have a way to deal with this? Is going to cloak of shadows just a little bit early. That Shield Avengers does get absorbed into a rogue's cloak, but Versace is just continuing to get some slows onto the rogue. There's going to be a bomb coming out of Versace. Is going to go for Ashbringers in order to get some damage onto Vinci, but advantage comes out for the rogue to catch a full reset. Versace is going to go for a full reset, but get a full heals up as well. Somehow Vinci got caught out of stealth for a second. Was it like a damage over time by Versace? Did it put some kind of a dot on the guy? How do you do that? He hasn't popped up many cooldowns, so it's going to be Versace down on some cooldowns. Wings coming up in about 20 of them. That's going to be a full kidder shot of Vinci. Trying to see if he can go again into Versace. He has a bunch of flashy animations happening, but he's not really getting the most amount of damage. He is able to get some good bursts into Versace, continuing with those crucibles. It looks like that crucible wasn't the biggest crucible ever. Versace is going to go to resetting all this damage off of the rogue and try to get back in, try to build up some combo points or holy power. Hodge coming down on Vinci is going to be eating a lot of that holy power damage right now. Did get himself a pre-heal rolling before the burst came out. That's going to be evasion right now by the rogue, and Versace is going to continue doing as much holy damage as gets as that. Cannot be dodged. There's still a lot of damage onto Vinci. Looks like it's going to be tricking out of Versace. Can Vinci bail out of this? It's going to be a smoke bomb. But Versace did just continue trucking the damage into the rogue the whole time. Next up is going to be Shadow from Kil'jaeden. Getting the opener without even Versace coming out of that sap into a full kidney shot, not letting him play at all. That's going to be a Hand of Freedom as Versace is going to land and slow into Rogue. Shadow Step coming out of the Rogue early on. So he's not going to have a way to catch up. That's going to be Hodge coming in. He trinkets it. That might have been a really bold move here because Versace could line up a full set of wings on a Hodge. He still is holding on to Bubble as well as Shield of Vengeance. So you could try to see if you can all in the Rogue. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance coming up with wings. That should be danger close. Danger close for Shadow. Going to land a killer shot onto Versace with a couple of poisons here and there. But it's hoping just to break through a shield without even having to touch the Paladin. But still, that thing might be able to pop in his face. Poison Bomb getting proc. Shield of Vengeance procking. Shadow safety stricken gets triggered as he gets super low. He still continue to truck damage, poison damage into Versace. Going to be a Hodge. Actually, Versace might have enough damage to end. The Rogue does land himself at Templar's Verdict. These Rogues are nothing to this guy. So maybe Psych might be a little bit of a mix-up with being a Demon Hunter. Gonna throw down the Crucible Flame into Versace. Oh, he has a bubble. Might actually force out the bubble pretty early on as Versace trying to get the hell away from the DH. He might. Or maybe no. He just slowed him down. Dude, what are these Paladin slows? A Paladin that knows how to use these slows in a duel is... I feel like he's gonna win that duel every single time. You know, a lot of people are like, oh man, Paladin is slowest class, but like, look at that slow. It's like, what, 70% slow? I'm like, if you use that right, especially around corners, just LOS and get yourself heals here and there, you could always line aside whoever you're playing against. But actually, he is dueling against Psych, who is a DH. I'm kind of surprised he's getting slowed. I mean, I guess any class can get slowed, but it's like a Demon Hunter. You would think the mobility, the backflips, the fell rushes, you would think he would have an easy time with it. But Versace is staying cool, staying consistent. He is just trying to whittle down Psych. He did force a trinket out of him, so there might be wings coming up. He's continuing to do some damage. Holy damage still going through, even through that blur, but he doesn't really want to pump that damage while blur is up for Psych. Psych is going to get himself a self-heal without Crucible. Versace does the thing with Judgment, which I think missed or might have hit one of his Blade Dance like models. Psych is gonna drop down Darkness. Versace is not gonna deal with it. He's just, I'm backing up, man. Hey, I'm backing up. We're just gonna throw a Judgment. Actually, didn't even throw a Judgment. I think he hit him with a slow. I don't think he is with that hand of hindrance. Dude, that's slow, man. 70, like unless it's a Cone of Cold, it's a 70% slow. Oh man. Hodge coming down. I don't think Psych has anything. That's going to be not even wings for Versace. But he's just going to get himself a flashlight. Knows how much damage he has. Stun coming out short. Oh, what? You were stunned. How'd you kill that guy? I don't know what calls a kill. I actually don't know what killed him there. It's a Paladin. He doesn't have damage over time. Unless he's got like a trait. Probably has like a Swamp trait that drains your health or something. You never know. Maybe like Dagger in the back. Gonna be, speaking about daggers and blades, gonna be Rakaji trying to see if he can get it open. Or gonna be Thorns coming up against Versace. Versace does not want to hit into it. He's just using every concentrated flame defensively just to maintain his health as best as possible. And it's gonna be a couple flashlights back to back to back. For Rakaji, it's gonna be a little bit tough here against Versace. I think it's totally doable. I think normally Pharaoh's beat Versace, but he's a different Paladin, man. It's going to be a rake opener, chickens out of it immediately. Hodge coming out, going to force a chicken out of Rakaji. That's going to be a full set of, no, minute-long wings for Versace. Blood of the enemy coming out for Rakaji. Trying to see if he can just pump damage in. That's going to be, oh, what a change if he mounted up. Waiting for a second in case there's a Cyclone by the Pharaoh. Saw that Cyclone, ran back at him, trying to turn the damage around on Rakaji. And he's continuing to lag a little bit here and there. Gonna be a Cyclone to separate these two. And Rakaji did get himself at least a bit of a reset. But that's a lot of his offensive cooldowns are just done. He's trying to get regrows back in, but he actually can't do it. Is he gonna die right here? He's super low. Oh my god, Versace is literally full of health. Rakaji can't even catch a reset, man. Getting a short bastard of Versace. That's all he can really do. Run, buddy. I think you have to run. Hodge coming down. I don't think you had a chance, my man. I don't think you had a chance. And Ice Cold is last one standing. Playing that Assassination. What is Versace looking? Versace actually has just about every single cooldown available except for Trinket and Shield of Vengeance. So, Ice Cold has as good of an opportunity as possible in order to get some damage, but those blades are actually fueling Versace's burst. He's going to go for that Dark Iron Racial, take off every bleed and every dot possible by Ice Cold. Didn't pick up the eyes, actually, but he took on every single bleed and dot by Ice Cold and converted it all into strength. He was literally, what doesn't kill you literally makes you stronger. And just continued to punish Ice Cold with damage back to back. No Cloak of Shadows, no evasion. What? What'd you? I don't even know when he vanished. That's a big old 1v5. I don't even know when he vanished. Ice Cold. Where's that finish? Oh my goodness, boys. Let's give it all to Versace, boys. Give a nice round of applause to Versace. Clapping out these boys, man. You guys gotta save your trinkets, man.